And so, guys, this is Helen's home. And I know a lot of our donors and friends and supporters have had a lot of concern and anxiety about the whereabouts of Helen. And this is her house. This is the house we congregated. If you can check in the video, you can confirm that. And that was Philip's house. Now, Philip, immediately Helen passed on, he moved. He actually demolished his house and moved to Helen's house. Now, apparently, Philip is not the biological son to Helen. Helen did not have any child in this place. She had 6 children. Watoto wako walikuwa ni wangapi? Okay, vijana wangapi na wavulana wangapi? Na wasichana wangapi? Wasichana wanne. So Helen apparently had 6 children, 2 sons and 4 daughters. So when Helen died, she wasn't really telling us the truth. And I say this with a heavy heart. Of course, also with an understanding that there is no perfect family. Guys, we deal with families, and I'm telling you, when you work with families, you are working with brokenness, you are working with imperfection, you are working with people. And so we have some details that we don't really get. And that doesn't bother us unless it's going to affect our work. So the fact that she didn't have a child here, the fact that Philip wasn't her biological son, did not disturb us. Although we didn't have those details, but even if we knew those, it wouldn't really have bothered us. What was important was that we were helping her, and we congregated the house, and we got in a doctor, Dr. Wise, to come and really support her. And we got this lady to help her. And she's a wonderful woman. She did a very good job with cleaning, daily cleaning, making sure that the food that comes in is properly administered, making sure that Helen is comfortable, the wound is covered and all that. So Helen died on alikufa tarehe ngapi? On 15th. So she died on the 15th of December. Remember, we were on holidays. So she was supposed to be buried around the 19th. Yeah. And then the issue of her children came in, and they said, no, we are taking away our mama. We're going to bury our mother. And apparently her husband, who is still alive, had paid her dowry. So she had to be taken away. So the husband's grave is here. This is the man she was staying with until she died. He died a month ago, then Helen passed on also. And so that is his grave. But her grave is not here. She was buried elsewhere, which really brought us confusion, because we believe that we have to support somebody until death and support the funeral. But we were affected. Doris came there, and she was given a chance to speak at the funeral, and we supported that. But we were just upset because we expected that it would happen here. So it's life, and we accept that. But what can I say? Philip is now in the house, and he is not around today. He has gone to work, and he doesn't have a phone. So we tried to reach out to him, and he can't be found, and we are busy people. So we'll catch up with him. There are things that we would love to help him do, and I think as the Lord leads, we will obey. Okay. So yeah, it's just disheartening how this story ended. And so sometimes we have, as human beings, a proclivity to judge. When things upset us, we feel that wasn't supposed to happen like that. And that got up with me. I thought I should have known the truth. And I was beginning to become judgmental. And the Lord talked to me and rebuked me and told me that I don't have a perfect family neither. And Helen had cancer. She had jiggers and then cancer, and that is what brings us into the picture. All other details are none of our business. And I said, Lord, I hear you. And so we accept the will of God, without forgetting to mention that she had overwhelming support from friends. And I say, thank you so much, friends, for supporting Helen in her last days. I'm so glad she died without jiggers. I'm so glad she died without pain, because Dr. Wise administered morphine and gave all the necessary help and support. And we have our health field officer. She was coming here, Leonida, and there is a mother to John. You remember that lady who is a nanny to Esther's kids? She comes from around here, and she has some blood relations in the family. So she was coming daily to just, update us. So while we were away on holidays, we were still updated about her whereabouts, and Dr. Wise was also, updating us, and we paid all the money we had to pay. And right now we are having something to just thank this lady for standing with Helen up to the last minute. And so nobody knows how they will end. We are born and we walk this world, but we never know how we will exit. It's all a mystery. And death is a common denominator that defines all humanity. So we are all going, guys. And so we accept the will of God. And that is the reality of life. Okay.
Jina ni Grace Oano.
Her name is Grace. Kuja hapa wewe. This lady has a weak stomach. But she is a wonderful lady. She just has a weak stomach. So she couldn't stand the smells. But she wasn't running away, so she was around and she was open to us. She said, I could take care of Helen, but I can't, because I have a weak stomach. My heart is willing, but my flesh just gives in. So she helped wherever the little she can, by offering company and moral support. But then the person who really did, and so she has her reward for that. Kuna kakitu kadogo nitakupea tu, ingawa uko na tabia mbaya sana wewe ya kujifanya sasa wewe ndio unatabika, but niko na kitu nitakupea, sawa. Okay, but the person who receives the lion's share in appreciation is her. Kumbe jina umesema ni Rebecca, na wewe ni Grace. Okay, Grace had something to share. Mm-hmm.
Alafu mimi nilikuwa msaidizi, nilikuwa nasaidia mkanga.
Her name is Grace. When Grace? Grace Owalo. And she was the nanny to Helen up to the last minute. She was supporting her
katika usafi,
on hygiene. Okay.
Alafu ikafika wakati akasidiziwa.
And at some point it got so worse.
Ikafika hiyo tarehe 15 akaaga dunia.
And on 15th she passed on, 15th of December 2023.
Nashukuru Mungu watoto wake walikuja.
Her children then surfaced out of nowhere.
Wakasema wachukue mama yao.
They said they are taking away their mommy,
waende wamzike,
because they needed to bury her.
Lakini hatukuwa tunajua ana watoto.
And nobody knew that Helen had any child,
sababu alisema hana hata mtu yeyote,
because she had said that she didn't have anybody in her life.
Kwa hivyo tulishangaa hata vile watoto wake walipatikana.
And so it was such a shock to see all her children coming.
Lakini tunasema kwa yote Mungu alisimama katikati.
But in everything God intervened.
Tunashukuru Mungu vile walichukua wakaenda kuzika.
We are even glad that they took her to go and bury her.
Tunasema asante.
We just say thank you even for that. Okay. Okay, she has something to share. Okay.
Mimi nashukuru Mungu. Alienda salama.
She thanks God. Mama rested peacefully.
Alikuwa nasema nilikuwa nachukua na mpe yako.
She was not really aware she would do whatever little she could.
Alikuwa anataka mboga naenda na chuna na mletea.
And she wanted the green vegetables. She would bring that.
Walikuja kumchukua wakasema wanaenda kumzika tu kwa tumejua kuna watoto.
And her children came and went to bury their mother. Nobody knew she had kids. And we just released her to go in peace. Okay. Sawa. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are concerned about Richard, and he had a concern about work because he works with seedlings. Unasema alikuwa anataka roller manini? Okay. So he wanted money to buy a roller, and he wanted the capital to start making seedlings because now he works for people and he earns almost nothing. So he needs a roller and he needs money to purchase his own seedlings so that he can sustain this home and finally get married so that the generation can continue because he is there and he is the man of the home. So we should be able to do that for him, enable him to do the seedlings. These are seedlings, these are meaty. Yeah, so that he can do his own seedlings in this place. There is some space there. You think there is enough space to do that? Or in fact, yeah, you can see the evidence of that here. So we'll provide the funds to get him, started. Okay, so that is it, guys. So the basket is going to go to Grace because she's the one who was here taking care of Helen. And what will happen is that she will share that with Richard, okay, when he comes home. Because leaving it here, it will even get messed up. So I think she qualifies to receive this basket. Plus the money that we're going to give her, okay, and then she also qualifies to get something small, and of course, as we have indicated, Richard qualifies to be supported with work because he needs to do his own project, tree seedling project. I don't know how to call that, but we should be able to sponsor him to do that. And again, I say thank you so much. I know Helen Kamara from Hawaii. She's been very inquisitive, Helen. Kamara Sharp from Hawaii has been very inquisitive. So we are resting this case. When we are back to see Richard, we'll still keep you updated. But I'm so glad we came. The Lord brought us here because he loves Helen. No matter how much she was not living, maybe lying and all that, God loved her enough to bring us over here. And I'm so glad that we came and we did what we could do to help her in the way we did. So we move on to others because we have so many that need us. And so we'll be updated. And thank you for remaining with us. God will bless you guys for this that you do, for the least of this. Friends of the poor.